Okay, I'm in downtown Trinidad at Kit Carson Park, and Josie said they used to come play here as kids. And from here you can see the Trinidad sign up on that bluff with the American flag. The streets are brick down here, brick paved. It's a nice old Victorian up across the street. And Lee's Barbecue is over there. I wonder how good his food is. That tall brick building out in the distance, that is the movie theater. Now the Fox Theater, but it was called something else, Globe or something. I'm going to check that out too on my way back from the park. And there's the famous statue of Kit Carson. The local guidebook here says that that's one of the most intricate bronze sculptures in existence. Hard to read on the stone, it's pretty faded out. But this is your typical, I would call it, Victorian era park. It has the has a little gazebo there. I can just see orchestras playing there or bands playing. We'll get up and take a closer picture of it. And there's the gazebo, or whatever you would call it, that you find typical in Victorian era city parks. Just do a quick little 360 around the park. There's the Santa Fe Trail Memorial marker. Looking off to the north. And looking towards the west. And to the south. And back to the east. Okay, I'm downtown now. I'm pretty sure that's the back end of City Hall and of the theater. And then panning over towards the freeway, the church is here behind that round structure. And then here is the last coal-powered locomotive, steam locomotive, that serviced the area. I'm going to go check out the plaque. So the sign says that this train locomotive did haul coal in the Trinidad area. Makes me wonder if it could have been one that went through Cokedale and serviced those coke ovens and brought coal from the Buncarbo mine. Picture the scene of the engineer in that window throwing out candies to the ants, and the ants as little kids, giving them bread that Nana baked. I could see that. Alright, I'm on the side of what used to be called the West Theater. I think it's now a Fox. Hopefully this is the one that the ants used to come and watch the movies for 7 cents. I'm going to go around to the front and see if it's so. Here's the old West Theater. It's been closed down. Looks like it's been closed down for a while. Skate land across the street also looks like it's been closed for a while. This is intersection up ahead there is Main and Animas Street. Here's the Southern Colorado Coal Miners Memorial. I think it's a tribute to all the miners who lost their lives in the mines. Here's the Most Holy Trinity Catholic Church. One of the oldest churches, I believe, in the area. I don't know if it's open. Well, the sign on the door says it all. Closed until further notice. I have a hunch this church has seismic issues. They have had earthquakes here in the area. That's my guess. There's the First National Bank building. That looks like a pretty historic building here in town. But I tell you, most of these places are shuttered. Okay, here's the Los Animas County Courthouse. That building looks like it's been there for a while. Definitely over a century old. The jail, I'll bet that stone building back there is the jail. It looks like a jail. And then the Elks Lodge across the street from the courthouse. And then looking down towards the valley. Looking up the hill from the courthouse appear to be some really nice homes, Victorian style. Seems the farther up the hill you get, the nicer the houses become. And there's some stone houses as well. Alright, well, it's coming up on 5:20 and I gotta get back to the trailer. Elena's waiting for me. This is on Main Street. That old Victorian there is now a restaurant. This building here, I think it says Trinidad Trolley Museum. It kind of reminds me of the main building when you enter Disneyland in Anaheim. It has that look of the main street at Disneyland. This is looking down Main Street to the south. That's the U.S. Post Office building. And not to be morbid, but purely for the architectural significance, this is a funeral home built in 1883 with very intricate Victorian designs. Well, I'm here walking back towards the truck through the dilapidated streets, I'm afraid, of downtown Trinidad, and look what I stumbled upon. An old Airstream Excella 500, older than mine, probably a 71 or a 72 model. Rear bath, it looks like. Gutted. Hopefully they decide to do something with it. Anyhow, interesting that I would find one of these old trailers like mine way out here. This building here is Trinidad's first city building. It served as City Hall and as the firehouse. Built in 1888. And the current City Hall replaced it in 1909. This is on Commercial Street. Okay, my walking tour of downtown Trinidad is almost over. That's the Purgatoire River. I think that's how it's pronounced. It runs through town. The old waterworks, water plant is there. Back up this way was the Catholic Church and probably the convent behind it, both of which look condemned. Here's a park, waterfront park. There's a stadium, and I think the church is using the building behind those grandstands. And then those flags up ahead is where the steam locomotive is and where the truck is parked. So I'm going to head to there and go back to the trailer and say adios to downtown Trinidad.